What's up, Vandals? This is Johnny Alpha, wanting to welcome you back to Graphic Vandalism. And I really have to tell you guys, one of my favorite styles of fiction is crime noir tales. There's just something magical about a good mystery full of characters you're not sure you can actually trust. And the many styles of noir intrigue vary, but for this video, I'm going to show you 5 books that put a supernatural spin on the genre. These are 5 books that just take noir to its most fantastic and horrific levels, and really have just impressed me. So let's just get into it. First up at number 5, we have Fell, written by Warren Ellis with dark and creepy art by Ben Tipplesmith, published by Image Comics. And this comic chronicles the cases of Detective Fell, a disgraced big city cop forced to take a job in a rundown slum called Snowtown. And through his many cases and busts Fell takes on, we learn that there are very dark forces at work in this desolate city that seems truly cursed. This book also has a very morbid and oddly dark humor to it that really helps it be totally unsettling. And this comic has been on hiatus for what seems like forever, and I can't help but beg Ben and Warren to please make more issues for this soon. I love this book. Okay then, next up at number 4 we have The Nude Edwardians, written by Dan Abnett with classic looking art by I.N.J. Colbert and published by Vertigo Comics. And this comic is an odd and dark take on the works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, as it plays off of a Sherlock Holmes type narrative, but it's quite a bit more sinister and bleak. There is also a pretty clever allegory of the class system, as in this book, the upper class are vampires and the lower class are zombies. And this comic is just a wild thrill ride of a mystery involving the occult, and it's played out by monsters posing as heroes. I also have to say, it was great to see Colbert get a big gig, as he is one of my favorite UK indie horror comic talents. So, way to go, Vertigo! Alright, at number 3, let's take a look at Demonic, written by Christopher Sabella with awesome gory art by Nico Walter and published by Image Comics. And Demonic is a tragic tale about a cop who was raised in a cult that did insane psychological experiments on him, and he has a demon following him ever since. When his daughter gets a terminal illness, he makes a deal with his demon to kill for her, and he has his targets picked out, the cult who raised him, and they plan to fight back. Now, this comic dives into slasher movie territory a bit, but it has a nice way of staying a hard-boiled noir story, just with an added horror bonus. Christopher Sabella is one hell of a writer, and he always gives you so much information, so his stories are always so rich and full of three-dimensional characters that you actually care about. Super sweet. And at number 2, we have Second Sight, written by David Hine with horrifically wonderful art by Alberto Poncinelli and published by Aftershock Comics. And Second Sight is all about a man named Ray Pilgrim. And as a punk rock teenager, he learned that when he ate psychedelic mushrooms, he can see into the mind of serial killers. And he used these talents to help the police, but after one really bad case, Ray becomes a pariah. But when his daughter unearths a conspiracy of top UK officials of being sexual predators, Ray must embrace his old ways to save the only thing he has left that he loves. If you've ever wondered what it would have been like if Clive Barker did a season of True Detective, then you need to read this book. It is a dark horror noir dream come true. All right, then. Last but not least, here's my number 1 pick, Dead Letters, written by Christopher Sabella with beautiful and fluid art by Chris Visions and published by Boom Studios. And Dead Letters reads like what we'd get if you mixed Akira Kurosawa's masterpiece Yojimbo with Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy and then blended it into a smooth, jazzy noir epic. This comic is all about a man named Sam who wakes up in a new world with no memories, and soon after has to start running until he learns he is in purgatory and the powers of above and below do not care about the souls in limbo, so Sam makes a plan to play both sides for all he can take. And this book is not just one of the best supernatural noir comics I've ever read, it is one of the best noir comics, period, I have ever read. Sabella and Visions weave a wonderful and intoxicating beautiful story that will be very hard to even match or ever outdo. Well, there you have it, Vandals. 5 totally awesome and mind-bending supernatural and horror noir comics. And this is just the first noir video. I have 4 more planned to show you all just what is possible with noir. But for now, this is Johnny Alpha from Graphic Vandalism saying don't stop reading.